Hey guys, so our today's topic of discussion in the product management concept playlist is user segmentation and user persona. So, and it's also the same term for customer segmentation and customer persona. So these are just different terminologies for the same thing. So, let's get started without any further ado. So, we will first discuss about what is basically customer segmentation. So let me just start by giving you an example that for any particular product, you would not have just one type of customers. Uh, all the customers can be divided into certain segments. For example, if you are having an app like Netflix, let's say, that is a uh, entertainment source of app. So in that kind of app, you would have different kind of users. So there would be teenagers who would be using Netflix. There would be working professionals who would be using Netflix, and there would be some old people also that would be using Netflix. So this segmentation that I just performed was just on the basis of age. That was teenagers, working professionals, and old people. In the same segments, we can further go and divide into segments like teenagers have tech savviness that is high. So they are more engaged with gadgets and tools in comparison to the older people. So the tech savviness of teenagers would be very high. The tech savviness of working professional people would be high to moderate, and the tech savviness of old people would be moderate to low because they are not that much engaged with electronic gadgets. So this would be further segmentation that would help us define groups. So the first group is teenagers having high tech savviness. The second group would be working professionals having a moderate tech savviness, and the third group would be old people having very low tech savviness. In this, we can further divide it on the basis of uh, the behavior of the users the that is how frequently are you using Netflix. So there would be three type of classes here also. So there would be power users, there would be moderate users, and there would be low users. That would be based on the frequency of how frequent they are using Netflix app. So of course, teenagers would be at a very high frequency of using Netflix app. So they are called the power users. Whereas working professional people don't have that much time in their day-to-day life. So they are, I think, the moderate users in this case. And whereas the old people just in a day, they are just about to watch like half an hour or 30, 15 minutes of content on Netflix. So they are called the low power users. So we are in the process of defining segments, defining groups based on certain properties that could be like technology, behavior, geographic, and demographic also. So in the demographic, as I performed the age thing, where teenagers, working professionals, and old people came, the behavior was based on the frequency of using Netflix app, and the technology was the tech savviness of that group. Furthermore, you can also divide them on the basis of geography so that let's say we are just talking about a particular continent, Asia. So in Asia, India, we will divide it as one country, China as different country, and Bangladesh as different country. So we can again go according to the geographics also. So this was just an introduction of what is basically customer segmentation, and these are the four parameters based on which we can perform it in a better way. There is one more approach of doing customer segmentation, that is who, what, where, when, and why. So these resemble to just the previous slide in a similar way. So we define who are the customers, what are they looking for, from where are they, and when are they doing the activities, and exactly why are they doing those activities. What are the needed needs and goals of the users because of which they are performing those activities. So we can divide the user segments based on this kind of framework also. Then uh, we will answer the question of why customer segmentation. So we have known what is customer segmentation, but why do we need it? Why do we need to segment the customers? What is the use of doing it? So the use of doing customer segmentation is mainly for business purposes. So The first thing is you better get to understand your users. You know that in the first group, I have teenagers who are more frequently logging onto the Netflix platform and they have high tech savviness. So you can suggest them even more shows and even more TV series that are in mainly in the age group of teenagers, so they are relatable to those people. Similarly, you can suggest more working professional TV series to the people who are currently working professionals. And so, based on the understanding of your customers, you can better provide them better recommendations for that particular product. In our example of Netflix, that would be better recommendation of shows and TV series. Since we are providing better recommendation, it would ultimately lead to improved customer experience. Then the third one is more effective marketing. So let me just give you an example. So since you have divided the Netflix example into three kind of people that are teenagers, working professionals, and old people. So you would like to have them personalized communications after this. So you would not like to send multiple communications to a working professional people because they would not like it, of course, because they don't have that much time during the day, so they would like very minimal communication during the day. So of course, the number of communication and what to send, uh, to a teenager you have to send different messages, to a working professional you have to send different messages, and to an old person you have to send different messages. Ultimately the thing has to be relatable to that particular group. So uh, with the help of dividing the customers into segments, we can provide more effective marketing techniques. We can provide personalized communications through WhatsApp, email, and SMS. And based on that, it ultimately leads to the better customer engagement, and ultimately it leads to increased revenue of the product. So these are some of the reasons why we should perform customer segmentation. Let's get to the next slide. So this is just an example. So I already gave an example of Netflix where the first group would be teenagers having high tech savviness and frequently logging onto the Netflix platform. The second group would be working professional people having moderate tech savviness and not logging onto the platform that much as high as the teenagers. That is moderate logging to the platform. And the third one would be old people having low tech savviness and low rate of logging to the platform, that is low users, low power users. Similarly, you can see one of the examples on your screens as well. So this is of different kind of shopping segments. So fashion enthusiast, budget shoppers, fitness enthusiast, and luxury shoppers. And in these also we have categorized demographic, psychographic, behavior, and preferences wise. So you can study this example for better understanding. I will just move on to the next slide. So our next topic would be what are basically user personas. So we have discussed what is customer segmentation, how to do that customer segmentation, and why is it actually necessary. Now we'll move on to the topic of what are actually user personas. So user personas are something like who is my ideal customer and what who am I building for, what I am building for. What are the needs and goals of my users? What is the current behavior of my user? And this would be depending upon the product. Uh, so you don't have for each product you can have different kind of personas. So let's say you have Netflix as an app itself. So you have different customer segments. Each customer segment would represent one persona. So you can make three personas as we divided the Netflix example into three categories. So one persona would be of a teenager, the second would be of working professional, and third would be of an old person. Let me just give you an example of what I actually mean by user persona. So user persona would look something like what is actually on your screen. So it would mention the demographics of the user, the goals of the user, the challenges of the user, the needs of the user. You can also mention the pain points. It's upon you. But my general framework is to go with this structure. So for a Netflix, example, let's say we are building it for a working professional user persona. So we can have any name. The age would be in the working professional range. Occupation, location, family, and education. We can give it a generalized term. then what would be the goals of the working professional? The goals of the working professional would be to have a chill moment after working during the day. And in order to relax, he needs to watch the TV series and shows. And the challenges he would be facing would be to search a lot of movies after going on the platform. He's getting way too many recommendations, out of which he's not able to select any particular one. He's getting confused all the times. So his needs are basically like getting to know the latest TV series and good shows in one go, and he should not be confused with multiple recommendations. So we need to provide him the exact thing to watch, so it would be better recommendation. So these are the needs, challenges, and goals of the working professional people. Also, since one of the thing that working professional people, so you have to go down into the shoes of working professional people. They don't have that much time during the day, so we need to recommend them comparatively shorter TV series or movies. What I mean by shorter is shorter length of TV series and movies, so that they can give it a watch and get relaxed. So let's come to the difference between user segmentation and user persona. So they both provide customer insights, as we already discussed. They assist in developing features because we get to know the pain points. Then the persona is basically qualitative. Since we have discussed goals, challenges, and needs, the user segmentation is, on the other hand, quantitative thing. You know how many segments are there. In each segment, you know how many users are there, and you know how to send personalized communication or do whatever you want, but you have numbers for them, so that is quantitative. Personas are basically individual profiles, whereas user segmentations are large groups of people. You can make personas with customer interviews, whereas segmentation would be done basically by surveys and analytics. And by this, we have come like to the end of our video, where I would be suggesting these readings and videos. These are one of my favorite videos and readings. So just give it a watch and try to understand the underlying concept behind what is user persona and why do we actually make these things, and why do we perform customer segmentation, and how do they help in driving our business forward. So thank you guys for watching this video. Bye.